In my previous video, I have discussed with you about the Varignon's theorem. So in this video, I will do the proof. But before that, I will just remind you the theorem. So the Varignon theorem states that the algebraic sum of moment due to all the forces acting on an object about any point is equal to the moment of their resultant about the same point. So we'll prove it here. So let's consider two forces, P and Q. So here you can see two forces P and Q. So force is a vector quantity, so it is represented by magnitude and direction. So this arrowhead represent its direction and its length represent the magnitude of vector, that is force P. So AB represents force P and AC represents force Q. Let there two adjacent forces, and O be the point about which we are going to calculate the moment. So to find out this, we have to draw a line parallel to this AB. So after drawing a line parallel to AB, we have to complete the parallelogram. So we'll prove it using graphical method first. So two opposite side of the parallelogram are equal. So AB and CD are equal length, and AC and BD are of equal length. So AB and CD represents force P, and AC and BD they represent force Q. So we know that the diagonal of the parallelogram from the parallelogram law, the diagonal of this parallelogram will represent the resultant. So after completing this parallelogram and after finding its resultant, then we'll join the point from B to O, and we have already joined the line from D to O while drawing the parallel line to AB, and we'll join the line from A to O. So here AOB is one triangle, AOD is one triangle, and AOC is one triangle on which we're going to focus. So from the graphical method, we know that how we can find out the moment in graphical method. So moment is twice the area of the triangle whose base represents the force and vertex represents the point about which we are going to calculate the moment. So for P force, the triangle is AOB. Its base represents its force P, and O represents the vertex about which we are going to calculate the moment. So for P force, graphically, what is the moment? So moment is twice the area of triangle AOB. You know na, from graphical method I have already told you how to relate the moment and area of the triangle. So I have already discussed. So here moment is twice the area of the triangle AOB for force P. Similarly for force Q, the triangle is base of the triangle is AC. So AOC represents the triangle. So here for force Q, the moment is twice the area of triangle AOC. So for triangle AOC, O represents the point about which we are going to calculate the moment, that is the vertex of the triangle, and AC represents the base. Similarly for resultant AOD represents the triangle because AD represents its base, that is the force R, that is resultant force, and represents the point about which we are going to calculate the moment. So we'll relate it. So here from the diagram you can see what is the area of triangle AOD. So here triangle AOD consists of two triangles. So AOD equal to summation of area of triangle AOC plus area of triangle ACD. So next ACD equal to triangle ADB because both the sides are same. So here AC equal to BD, here CD equal to AB. So triangle ACD equal to triangle ABD. Next, triangle ABD equal to triangle AOB, because the base is same, and if we'll draw a perpendicular line, its height, then its height will be also same for both the triangles. So if for a triangle the base and height are same, then two triangles are similar triangles. So here ACD equal to ADB equal to AOB. So next, area of triangle AOD equal to area of the triangle AOC plus area of the triangle ACD, that is equal to area of the triangle AOC plus area of the triangle AOB. So what is twice area of the triangle AOD? That will be equal to twice the area of the triangle AOC plus twice area of the triangle ADB. So what is twice area of the triangle AOD? That represents the moment of resultant force R, that is equal to twice area of the triangle ACO, that represents the moment of force Q, plus twice the area of triangle AOB, that represents the moment of force P. So what we got? The moment of resultant force about any point, that is the point O, equal to the moment of force P about plus the moment of force Q about the same point. So R is the resultant of force P and Q. So moment of resultant force about any point equal to summation of moment of all the forces about same point. So we got the proof. So you just see the proof. Then just see the proof. So we'll prove it using another method. So here two forces P and Q, they are inclined to this horizontal plane, that is along x-axis at an angle alpha and beta respectively. So let R be the resultant of force P and Q, and M is the point which is lying on the vertical axis about which we are going to find out the moment. So to find out the moment, we have to calculate the perpendicular distance. So d2 is the perpendicular distance between force Q and moment center, that is M, and d1 is the perpendicular distance between the line of action of force P and the moment center M, and let d is the perpendicular distance between the line of action of this resultant force and the moment center M. What is the moment of force P about M? That is P into force into perpendicular distance, that is P into d1. So d1 is from here, P and Q are intersecting at the point O. So d1 is if this angle is so here P force is making an angle alpha with this plane. So this angle is alpha. So if this is alpha, total angle is 90 degree. So here if total angle is 90 degree, the P force is making an angle 90 minus alpha with the vertical axis. So this angle is 90 minus alpha and it is 90 degree. So what is this angle? This is alpha. So what is the value of dm? D1, sorry, what is the value of D1? This angle is alpha, D1 is OM cos alpha. So P into D1 equal to P into OM cos alpha, that is you can rearrange it. So OM into P cos alpha. So P cos alpha, what is P cos alpha? P cos alpha is the horizontal component of force P, you know from resolution. Similarly, what is the moment of Q about M? That is Q into perpendicular distance D2. So D2 is, if here to here angle is beta, the Q force is making an angle beta with the horizontal. So with the vertical it is making 90 minus beta. So this is 90 minus beta and this is in triangle OM and 2. You can see this is 90 degrees. So this angle is beta. So D2 is OM cos beta. So here also we can rearrange it. That is OM into Q cos beta. That is OM into QX. Similarly, moment of force, summation of moment of force P and Q is OM into PX, that is OM into QX, that is OM into PX plus QX. So that is equal to Rx, that is the resultant, that is the horizontal component of resultant force. So how we'll relate it? So what is the moment of resultant force about the point M? That is R into D. D is the perpendicular distance. So this angle is theta. So what is the value of D? What is the value of D? That is equal to OM cos theta. So what is the value of moment of resultant force about point M? That is R into OM cos theta, that is, if we will rearrange it, OM into R cos theta, that is OM into Rx. So here also summation of moment of force P and Q about M is OM into Px plus OM into Qx, that is OM into bracket Px plus Qx, that is equal to OM into Rx. So we got that moment of individual force, summation of moment of individual force about any point equal to the moment of resultant force about same point. Here we have seen the moment of force P and Q, summation of moment of force P and Q about the point M equal to the moment of resultant force, which is the resultant force of P and Q about the same point M. So this is the proof of Varignon's theorem. So next we will solve some problem from the moment and some problem from the Varignon's theorem topic.